Coming up, Mulan is finally getting released, but only on Disney+. Alan Menken achieves EGOT status. What does that even mean? Tom Hanks is in talks to play Geppetto in the live-action Pinocchio movie, and much more on Episode 6 of Geekly Kingdom. Hey, how's everyone doing today? Thank you guys for watching Geekly Kingdom. This is episode 6 of Geekly Kingdom. I am your host, Eric Wolf, and we got some things to talk about today. And you know us, we love to fan cast. So as soon as we found out that Tom Hanks is in talks to play Geppetto, we were like, okay, we got to do it. So later on today, we'll be doing some fan casting. Of course, I have our co-host, my co-host, Jilly.
No.
Oh, we didn't have the applause go off. I'm sorry.
You know, you pay for these special effects, and you expect. Hey guys.
We also have our man from Japan, Spencer, with us. Spencer, over here.
Hello.
Spencer.
Hello.
No, over here.
What? Oh, hi.
Hey.
Hello.
And of course, Ben is our man in the chair. Spencer's a man in the chair now today, too.
Spencer got a very comfy chair for his new apartment. It's great.
Well, guys, before we start, our stuff, how's everyone doing?
Good.
Yeah?
Tweaked my back, but that's fine.
I just woke up.
You just woke up?
I want breakfast. I'm hungry.
You went to, what was it, Tokyo Disney Sea, or did you go to Disneyland?
I went to Disneyland on Tuesday. I went to Tokyo Disney Sea yesterday with one of my best friends. It was
Very
a lot
cool.
of fun.
How was that? You were saying...
It was ungodly hot.
Yeah.
It was, it's hard to do this in Fahrenheit because I've gotten so used to being Celsius. I think it's like 89 or 90 degrees Fahrenheit. It was 34 degrees Celsius. But the heat index was 48 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around 118 degrees, or 48 degrees Celsius, which is 118 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
So it was very, 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 very hot.
Oh, man. Well, the good thing is like,
It was a lot of fun.
I guess we'll be ready when we go to Japan.
Oh yeah.
It's like we'll already know that it's going to be just hot.
I cannot stress this enough. Please do not come to Japan in August. It is too hot.
Don't tell me
You
what
will
to do.
die.
No, for sure. Whenever I decide to go, I'll let you know, and you can tell me when the best times to go are.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, no.
May. Come in May. May
There
is
we
the
go.
best.
There we go. You heard it here first. Well, guys, we're actually going to be doing, from this show forward, we're going to be doing some different segments, and we're going to be debuting a segment today. It's called In Case You Missed It. And today, at least, it'll be hosted by Jilly. We are in talks with someone to possibly come in and do this segment. They were very enthusiastic to be on for this segment, so... Maybe next week, maybe next show, maybe 2 shows from now, who knows, she'll be able to come in and do this segment. But for right now, in case you missed it, with Jilly.
Yeah, you stuck with me until then. So, in case you missed it, Pixar announces Luca coming summer of 2021. Ooh. It gives me sea vibes, but Luca's a very Italian name. Anyway, The Haunted Mansion, Frights of Fancy, graphic novel releasing August 18th and is now available for pre-order. Ooh, look at that. Oh, look, it's gone. Never mind. Magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom series premieres on Disney Plus September 25th. There we go. Was this the thing that they showed, the thing that had Joe Rody in it?
Possibly.
I went to Animal Kingdom last week, and I wore a shirt, and I took a picture in it, and I was like, I'm giving major Joe Rody vibes. Next up, new Tron movie reportedly in development with, unfortunately, Jared Leto to star. Hot take, not so much. The Lego Star Wars Holiday Special to premiere on Disney Plus on November 17th. I, for one, hope it is just a Lego, like, redo of the Star Wars Holiday Special with, like, the Chewbacca's family and Leia singing that song that you could tell Carrie Fisher was like, I'm gonna need something to get through this. And it was bad, but great. And Nia DaCosta, her, Candyman director, reportedly hired to direct Captain Marvel 2. So that's awesome. And Spooked, a new Halloween comedy movie in development for Disney Plus. That makes me excited. If there's one thing I think Disney does well, it's Halloween movies. Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
Halloween Town.
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas. So yeah,
How
in
is
case
that
you
the
missed
third
it, you
thing that
now
came
didn't
to your
miss
mind?
it.
It's true.
How is that the third movie that came to mind? Was Nightmare Before Christmas? That should have been number 1.
You see, it's
No,
funny because
Hocus Pocus should always be number 1.
that is true.
Sorry.
That is true. Sorry.
I don't see The Nightmare Before Christmas starring Bette Midler.
Yeah, right? Like, no.
Okay, but I would watch that.
Yo, it would be amazing. Like Bette Midler singing, "What's this? What's this?"
I'd watch it. Yeah, definitely. For sure.
Hello, everybody. My name's Jack. What's yours?
No, especially with, like, Halloween, I guess, like...
Rochelle.
Like, Halloween being, quote-unquote, like, canceled for us, like, Disney theme park people, at least here in Orlando. Like, it's cool. Hopefully... The other thing is, I'm not sure if this is coming out this Halloween, or if they're, like, doing it for next Halloween.
It's a little in development.
Right?
That's cutting it a little
That's
close.
cutting just a little close.
Especially if it's going to be animated.
Yeah.
It doesn't say it's going to be.
It doesn't. But then at the same time, we don't even know what it is. It could
true.
honestly just be, like, not even, like, a full-fledged, like, film.
Yeah.
It could just be like, hey, it's Halloween.
Just a new Halloween comedy. Oh, it does say it's a movie. I was about to say.
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas does have Catherine O'Hara, so that is something. I will
That's
admit.
true.
Catherine O'Hara's up there.
That's true.
She's
That's
also
true.
in Beetlejuice. That's not Disney, but...
But she's in Beetlejuice.
Also, just a secondary thing. Why do you not like Jared Leto?
Oh, because of that whole thing when he played the Joker. And he was, like, just being a horrible... Wasn't he sending, like, dead...
He's a method actor.
Yeah.
I have no patience for people who take, like, the term method acting and turn it into a reason to be, like, a horrible human being. As someone who, I mean, I'm not trying to be like, but like I studied method acting at the Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute, which is where method acting came from.
Okay.
And like, it's not, you lose yourself entirely to the point that you have no control of your actions and can't be blamed for them. That's not what that is.
That's not?
No, it's not.
I'll mark that down.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna become a serial killer and go out and kill a bunch of people. That's not method acting.
Gotcha. So if by any chance, if I ever, because I like acting, I do, you know, I like acting, I love coming up with characters and stuff.
Yeah.
So if by any chance I ever have to, you know, do like an old lady or something like that, like I wouldn't have to knit before.
No.
Gotcha. I'll write that down. Yeah. For sure.
I mean, but
no knitting
I'd like
before.
to see
But you
it.
totally should learn how to knit, though.
No
I
knitting.
think it would clear your mind and maybe like calm you down and maybe help. You never know.
You never know. Guys, we'll be right back, and when we do come back, we're going to be talking about EGOT. What's an EGOT? Do you guys know? Well, who knows? But your favorite commercial, one of your favorite commercials is coming up, so I want to hear you guys singing from here in the studios. We'll be right back.
something to stop us now. I'll tell you how. We're gonna live on through it. Let's stay inside and spend our time taking things in stride. Good times aren't held at bay. Just stay away from the population and wash your hands to kill off those bacterial strands. Now we're trying to keep a little distance. It's for sure our best resistance to making things a whole lot worse. Come on, kids, let's all go down to the sink. Wash those grubby little hands of yours. 20 seconds. You never know, it might just save a life.
Definitely add
Something that stopped us now, but don't you fret, it'll for sure get better. We'll soon be hand in hand, going down to Disneyland. Oh, won't that be so grand, though something has stopped us now. Ah-cha-cha.
Hey, 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 welcome back to Geekly Kingdom. Guys, do you guys know what an EGOT is?
Yeah, they live with the Ewoks.
EGOTs live with Ewoks, yes.
They're the female Ewok. It's an
Oh,
EGOT.
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense. No, it's essentially like a status. It's a status that someone can achieve, right?
Okay.
It's a status that someone can achieve if they so happen to win all 4 of these awards. If they win an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. Yeah. And that's how you get EGOT status. And
Oh, I'm one away.
you're one away. Oh my gosh. But hey, like, let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry. My mind just blanked.
I wrote this note for him, so he's probably like, what did she write?
No, you good. Notes are perfect. Alan Menken, our boy Alan Menken, songwriter, many Disney hit songs.
There he is.
Yup. He essentially just became EGOT status worthy. Yeah. He has, to date, 8 Oscars, 11 Grammys, and 1 Tony. And the thing that put him over the edge was his
Daytime Emmy.
his daytime Emmy for Waiting in the Wings.
Yeah, it was like a best original song in like a
It
animation,
was
children or young adult category.
correct.
Yeah, which is a mouthful of a.
It is. That's just one. That's a lump sum category. It's original song in a children's, young adult, or animated program. Yup. And he won that on July 26th. So not too far. Not too far ago.
Good for him.
It was cool. Yeah. Good for him. Like I honestly like. Obviously, I grew up with his, music and everything, and it's just great. Like I love The Little Mermaid. I love Beauty and the Beast. I love Aladdin. All those things. I'm like an Enchanted fan as well.
Yeah.
Like it was such a cool thing for him to be able to write these songs, essentially like spoofing songs that he's already made.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It's such a weird thing to like think about. But it was so fun. Do you guys have like an Alan Menken, like a favorite Alan Menken song? Or like maybe like a movie that he's done or something? Like out of those movies?
I'm partial to Alan Menken. I'm partial to one song by Alan Menken.
Okay.
Because I live in Tokyo. He wrote Compass of Your Heart for Sinbad's Storybook Voyage, and I will always adore that song.
I did not know
as
that.
Everyone should. Yeah, he wrote that song.
That is cool. And actually, I've heard the song. And yeah, it's an enjoyable song, and I really, really like it, but I did not know he wrote that.
Yeah, he wrote Compass of Your Heart, but for real, I mean, Alan Menken, he's written so many incredible songs for Disney over the years. It's so hard to choose like what's the most memorable?
Yeah.
He wrote Hercules?
He wrote Hercules as well. Yup.
Well, you know what I think is funny? It's not funny. Susan Egan was Megara, and she was also the original Belle in Beauty and the Beast on Broadway.
Yes, she was. Yup.
Yep.
It's so cool. It is. It's so cool.
Also, one of my favorite Beauty and the Beast songs. Oh, I'm so sorry, Spencer.
No, this is like an entirely different thing. You finish.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say one of my favorite. Oh, Home from Beauty and the Beast the musical. Is this home?
Yeah. Yes.
I love that song.
It's
It
so
comes at
good.
a perfect time because Howard just came out on Disney Plus, which I have not gotten to see yet.
Okay. I
But
saw
I've
it.
heard a lot of good things about. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and of course, Alan Menken was a part of that story too, especially with Beauty and the Beast and the Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
So he's like right at this perfect time. He's got all this attention with Howard and the EGOT. It's just like everything's coming together for him right now.
Yeah. It's funny because Ben mentioned in the chat, like, it's got to be really, really hard to be that good and still get a Razzie. Because he did. He has a Razzie as well.
Well, so does Sandra Bullock.
Ouch.
Just throwing that out
Just-
there.
What does he have a Razzie for?
Oh man. So fun thing is, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's still out, and you guys can still watch it. But the Walt Disney Family Museum just had him like in concert. So he basically just played a bunch of his music from over the years and stuff like that, and he was able to. He was chatting with. I forgot his name. Hamilton guy.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Lin-Manuel.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
He was chatting with him, and they were both talking about like Lin thought that he was already like EGOT status, and he was like, well, I've gotten like Emmys, like daytime Emmy, just like they put me in like the club, but I haven't really like attained one kind of thing, and this was the first time that I actually got one. But he was talking about his Razzie there, and they were talking about. They were talking about collaborating for the live-action Little Mermaid a little bit. They didn't say anything, like noteworthy or anything like that, but they did mention the fact that yes, like they did work together for that, which I'm dying.
Of Razzies, it's kind of like just about. Do you know that? This was kind of famous when it happens, but I think y'all do know. But they gave it to Eileen Quinn when Annie came out. How rude!
Oh.
She was like 10.
Ooh.
I'm like, she wasn't that bad.
Dang.
I was like, come on. If you're going to give it to anyone, give it to Albert Finney. Like, he did nothing for me as Oliver Warbucks. Like, don't bring the little girl down
I
like
know.
that.
Oh man. No, that's crazy.
Here we go. He won Worst Original Song for High Times, Hard Times from Newsies. And he accepted his Razzie last year. He is the first person to win a Razzie and an Oscar in the same year, actually.
Good for him.
It's crazy.
It what's it called? What is that called when it brings you down, back down to earth?
It humbles you. It humbles you. It's weird. You said he got it last year? The Razzie?
He won it in 1993. It says he finally accepted it last year.
Oh my gosh, how funny.
He was like, no,
Never.
I don't want it.
Well, who accepts their Razzie? Like, I think there's only a handful of actors who have ever actually accepted their
Sandra
Razzie.
Bullock accepted her Razzie.
I would.
She
I definitely
went on
would.
stage and she handed out copies of, what was it called? Like,
What'd she get it for?
what was it called? Some movie, like something in Steve, all about Steve.
Oh,
or
okay. I was
Something
about to say, it better not be
Steve.
Miss Congeniality.
No, like,
I love that one.
I don't forget.
Yeah, who knows?
Maybe someone will comment. I don't know. Anyway, but she handed out copies of the movie to everyone in the audience.
Matt in chat said that Sandra Bullock won an Oscar and a
About
Razzie in the
Steve.
same year as well.
Oh, I get it. It's like a play on All About Eve.
There we go. But yeah, no, like yeah.
I'm looking. I just saw this on YouTube real quick because I was looking for his Razzie. He put his Razzie next to his Grammys on his awards shelf.
Love it. A few years back, there was it was Alan Menken and I should have wrote this down. I'm blanking out. The Sherman Brothers.
Yeah.
I saved myself. And the Sherman Brothers in concert. One of the Sherman Brothers isn't with us anymore, but his brother did do a concert, and Alan at one of the D23s, and I still watch that video, because it's like about like an hour, maybe it's like an hour or 2 hours long.
Yeah.
But it's him playing all the music that he wrote with his brother, you know, like everything from the Parks as well as like Mary Poppins and stuff like that. And then Alan comes out and he plays his songbook, like just everything, and he goes from like Little Shop of Horrors and blah blah, like such a good, just like complete like songbook, and just to listen to him, you know, play it and stuff like that, I love it.
Yeah.
If you guys, I know how some people feel about like the live action Beauty and the Beast, but if you have the soundtrack, there is songs in the soundtrack. It's Alan Menken, like it's not the concepts. I don't know what those would be called. Like the demos, I guess.
Demos? Like
it would
him
be
singing them?
correct. So it's him playing and then him singing them.
Yeah.
And I just love those.
Yeah.
Like I can I'll say it. He's not, you know, like a great singer.
Yeah.
Not at all.
It's weird. Like a lot of composers aren't.
Yeah. Like he definitely isn't.
I mean, some are. I'm not saying,
But-
like some are just not. They can't carry a tune.
Yeah.
It's like you're amazing, and I think it makes it that much more amazing.
Correct.
Somehow.
Well, which is why I spend so much time just listening to these and watching these like YouTube videos. That it's like I don't care. Like it's the person that like wrote this music,
Yeah.
you know, like playing it and then like singing along, and then like you can tell how much he like enjoys it. I just love it.
Yeah.
I love Alan Menken. Can't wait for Little Mermaid. Just to listen and to see what different songs him and Lynn have collaborated on. If they've changed anything for the classic songs that we do know. I know for a fact they said that they were adding songs to the movie, but we'll see.
I have this like horrible feeling we're gonna have like a rapping Scuttle.
Aquafina for Scuttle. Aquafina for Scuttle. I was one of our followers follows me on Instagram. She found a couple years back. I did not a couple years back. I want to say like last year when they announced who was going to be Ariel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I fan casted the rest of the Little Mermaid, and I put Aquafina as Scuttle.
Yeah. Perfect.
And we were chatting a little bit, and she's like, I can't see it. Like, I don't know who this person is. And I was like, you have to go just look up, like, an interview or something like that. And I was like, she just has, like, the perfect voice to be Scuttle. I was like, I don't know.
I love her.
I do, too. I really do.
Aquafina as Scuttle, that would be interesting.
Right? I just want her to sing Human Stuff from the Broadway. I love that song. Such a horrible
That song's
song,
not in
but
the
I
Broadway
like it.
version anymore, I don't think.
Say it again?
I think they cut that from the Broadway version.
Yeah, probably.
I don't mean to be changing the subject, but someone in the chat just said Michelle Pfeiffer could not pull off Catwoman. And you know what? It's been great doing the show.
Wait, what? No, wait, sit
I've
down.
enjoyed it, but you know what? I can't be in this toxic
Julie, stick
environment.
it back.
No,
Julie,
sit down.
Julie.
Good day. Good day.
No.
Goodbye.
Sit down.
This is it. Bye.
No. No.
Eric, go get your chili.
I think they said Eartha Kitt was good, but not as good.
No, I won't come back. You can't. No amount of money will let me. No.
Oh my gosh.
I was given a White Claw, so I guess I'll come back.
Okay, she's back. She's back.
She's back.
You know what? We're just gonna change subjects. We're just changing subjects. Let's talk about remakes.
Wait. So, one real quick thing.
Don't say anything.
Whenever I
about it.
hear EGOT,
Yeah.
I think Tracy Morgan in 30 Rock, they went through that little mini arc in the later part of the show where he tries to EGOT, and I just think of like his reaction to that every time, and he tries to steal Whoopi Goldberg's award.
I think I was with Jilly. I think you showed me 30 Rock. I think you showed me like yes. And after that, I've been like, I need to watch this show. Like, I love Tracy
It's such a
Morgan,
good show.
and
I showed you an Alec Baldwin and Tracy Morgan scene.
yes, and I'm like, I need to watch this show. And I think it's just funny because like you just said, like they have different like things that have to do with like real, like it's
like
how would you describe it?
Because
Like,
it's actually like supposed to be the like at 30 Rock, obviously,
Yeah.
like working for NBC, but then also like the writing. You're like, where do these ideas come up in your mind? Like, who goes, this will be, and it is a good idea, but you're like, who?
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't stop at one joke. They cram like 5 jokes into one line, and then they take a breath and do another 7.
yeah.
They never let jokes land, which is the beauty of that show because it just goes so fast.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I'm interested to see it. Is that show on still?
No.
No?
They did
It's on
do
Peacock.
a like live episode like 2 months ago or something during
Oh, okay.
the whole like pandemic.
Gotcha.
I think they did something like
was-
so it
that.
was like a
Basically-
soft reboot.
It was just
Segment.
a promotion for their fall schedule.
Oh, okay.
They did something.
Okay.
It was to shill for Peacock, basically.
Gotcha. Okay. Guys, like, sorry, like I'm so like my mind is going a little crazy because like there's no original ideas anymore. Like,
No.
and we've been saying this, I feel like, not even just on the show, but we've been saying this as like a whole for years now about movies.
Yeah.
And then, like, I feel like it's caught up to TV shows.
Yeah.
And now TV shows are very much being like, why are we gonna make anything new? Like, this worked.
Yeah.
We canceled it, but it worked. Why don't we just do it again?
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, sometimes I'm excited. Sometimes I'm just like, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
But I think it's very much, and I talked about this on Deep in the Plus with that crew, and we were talking about like the difference of
Deep in the Plus.
Deep in the Plus. I love Deep in the Plus. We were talking about the difference between like a reboot and like a remake.
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing. And I feel like for me, I'm more okay with rebooting
Yeah.
than remaking something.
Yes.
It's very different.
Yeah.
And we got some images to show you guys, like, just different things that are coming out. So the Proud Family is getting a reboot. So it's called The Proud Family Louder and Prouder. The cool thing about this is that, like,
That
it's the
mom
same
was
family.
sexy.
Right?
Look at her. I like forgot. And now I'm
Always.
like,
And the twins have grown up. But the cool thing is that the twins aren't older. Like, he still has a pacifier.
Yeah.
So they've grown, but they haven't done what normally, I guess because it's animation, you're able to do that, and it doesn't need to like necessarily reflect the ages of the actors.
Yeah.
Because like as soon as you do something live action and you're like, oh, we're gonna reboot this, like you have to kind of like age up everyone.
Yeah.
Because they're not 10 anymore and they're not, you know, kind of thing, which is happening with like the Lizzie McGuire reboot.
If it ever happened.
Well, yeah, let's hope. Like that one's one that I'm excited
Yeah,
about
me
because
too.
it's a reboot.
Yeah. I want to see what she's doing.
Yeah, you know? The cool thing about Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, they're going to be introducing new characters as well, which I think is cool. You know, they're introducing, I think her name is Maya, I believe. Yeah. And Keke Palmer is actually going to be voicing Maya. Yeah, which is so weird because I've always been like, isn't Keke Palmer already on this show?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Like, It's so weird. But Kiki actually recently did a reunion. So they all got together. They all did a virtual reunion. She was in it. She hosted. But they had like the person who does the voice of the mom, the grandma, you know, everyone. And it was so cool just to be able to see like everyone together and them like talking about the show, and they're excited, you know, that they're going to be able to represent, you know, once again on Disney Channel and stuff. Talking about Disney Channel, another reboot, and honestly, I've enjoyed. We got Raven's Home. Raven's Home has come out.
I like Raven's Home.
I do too.
Something I don't know, something about. Although I think they somehow made Chelsea even more stupid.
They have.
And I'm like, come on. Like, she started the series being like the original series being smart.
Yeah.
And then somewhere they were like, let's make her dumb, whatever.
Yep.
And now this, she's grown up and even more stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm
even
like,
more.
Oh.
Spencer, by any chance, have you seen any of these like reboots or heard anything?
I haven't seen the reboots yet, but I remember watching Proud Family and That's So Raven when I was very young.
Yeah.
Very young.
Did you, back then, did you enjoy those like TV shows?
I mean, I was 5, 6, 7, so you enjoy everything.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I feel you. No, it's cool.
You can put trash TV in front of a kid and they'll adore it. But no, I mean, my era of watching Disney Channel was more Phineas and Ferb, Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place kind of thing. So.
Oh my gosh! It just clicked, and I didn't put this, but I did share this on our Geekly Kingdom Instagram. If you guys don't follow us there, follow us Geekly Kingdom at Geekly Kingdom on Instagram, because when things just come out, like especially if I'm just like really excited about it, I'll just put it on our Instagram stories, and then you guys can, you know, tell us if you're excited about it and stuff like that. But Selena Gomez, and I forgot, I think his name is something Henry.
Jake Henry?
Jake Henry?
Jake Henry, I think so.
Yeah, right?
He's the kid from How I Met Your Mother.
Yes. Jake Henry, Selena Gomez have an image, or I think it's like a video.
Yeah.
It's a video of them together, and I think like the tag I think is just like But then the thing that was so like interesting was it was like both of them, and then I kept on seeing, like I looked at the people that liked it and the people that were like commenting, and they had like everyone that was on the show, like being like, can this happen? And I was just like,
It was David Henry, by the way, not Jake Henry.
David
Henry.
Henry.
It was Jake T. Austin and David Henry.
There we go.
That's the one.
There we go. But yeah, oh my gosh. Like, I honestly, like, I don't even know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I started, like, screaming, like, out loud. And I was like, oh my gosh.
I never watched Wizards of Waverly Place. No.
I really, really enjoyed it.
And you're older than me.
I am.
It was good. I liked it.
I like Disney Channel. Like,
I think, like, the last, like, Disney Channel TV show I was really into was Sweet Life. And then after that, I kind of drifted off.
Phineas and Ferb? Hello?
No.
I love Phineas and Ferb.
No.
I'm super excited for the TV show. Like, for the movie.
That's going to be good. I'm really excited about that. Jilly, watch Phineas and Ferb. Watch the first 2 seasons. The third one is not that good.
We'll watch the movie. We'll watch the movie.
Okay.
The movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys might have a little bit of homework anyways, so we'll watch the movie.
Homework?
Do you have access to Disney Plus?
I have the weird Japanese version of Disney Plus that does not carry over to any other version of Disney Plus.
Interesting.
They launched a Disney streaming service in Japan last year called Disney Deluxe, and they run it with NTT Docomo, the phone company. And the original plan was they were going to launch Disney Plus, and it was going to be like everywhere else. And it was going to be a separate service. And then somewhere along the line, they decided not to do that. So they just rebranded Disney Deluxe. So if I want Disney Plus, I have to get a separate account to use Japanese Disney Plus and pay with a Japanese card and there's no PS4 app, there's no 4K, and the service is a lot worse.
Oh. Oh.
That doesn't
Okay.
sound fun at all.
Right? That doesn't sound fun at all. Oh,
Things
man.
in Japan are weird sometimes.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, that's no, that's weird.
One of my best friends was very sad when Disney Plus launched in Japan because he wanted to watch Star Wars in 4K, and we don't get 4K on our Disney Plus. So.
Dang, yo. They're doing you dirty over there.
And everyone in Japan has a 4K TV too. Like that's the only thing they sell anymore is 4K TVs. So it makes no sense.
No.
Yeah.
The other, like, I was asking because there's a lot of like reboots that Disney's doing on like Disney Plus, on Disney Channel that now you can watch on Disney Plus. Like Girl Meets World is another one.
Well, that's ended now, right?
That's ended, correct. That's ended.
That
But
was
Girl
on
Meets
Disney
World
Channel.
was another like reboot. Yeah.
Raven's Home, we said that.
I said Raven's Home. There's some other ones non-Disney that are happening.
Yeah.
Animaniacs. Does anyone remember that?
I remember Animaniacs.
Animaniacs is coming back on Hulu. And I'm
What
really
a fever
excited.
dream Animaniacs feels like in my
Definitely.
head. Though.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that Pinky and the Brain are also coming back with them. So that should be fun.
You know what I would like to see? And this is going to sound really childish, but I loved it as a kid. I would like to see an Arthur reboot.
Arthur. Yeah.
That's all.
That would be
Honestly.
good.
I had an Arthur CD-ROM game that I was obsessed with. It was like Arthur's Under the Sea Adventures. Does anyone remember this?
Not me.
I was
No.
obsessed.
I had a CD-ROM game. It was like Arthur's Camping Adventure or something like that. Like I had one of those too.
CD-ROM games were just so much superior in my mind to like any video game I could play now.
Yeah, no. They were fun.
They were so much
like,
fun.
You see all the stuff they put out for kids these days, and I think back to like the CD-ROM games of like the 90s and the early 2000s. I'm like, we lost some art.
Yeah.
did.
Like if they put some of these CD-ROM games on the App Store, like I would put that in front of any kid. They'll be busy for hours.
Yeah. Do you guys by any chance remember Putt Putt? He was like a purple car, I want to say.
I
name was
remember
Putt
Putt
Putt?
Putt. Yes,
Yeah?
he was a purple car.
There we go.
It was a game?
It was it was like a series of games. Like it wasn't just like a specific game. It was like series of games.
It reminds me, the way you're describing it, I'm just picturing Inspector Gadget's car.
Okay, well, yeah, just
Yeah, no.
I
Pretty-
typed in
pretty
Putt
much.
Putt and I got mini call.
Like that and Math Blaster are the two in my head.
This is ringing bells.
is ringing bells. Ben, what were you saying?
That and Math Blaster are the two that are in my head from when I was a
Blaster
kid.
was-
Oh my
Math
gosh.
Blasters.
That was fun.
Yo, talking about remakes and
I
reboots, like,
remember-
Bring back CD-ROM games.
come on, man.
Yeah.
We gotta start
They just
doing that.
Put them on the App Store, like.
There was a math TV show that I was really into.
A math TV show?
I think it was a math TV show.
Huh.
Yeah.
Space Teens from How I Met Your Mother.
No, wait, I used to watch Liberty Travel, and then there was another one. I think it was about math.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
No.
The game show?
There was a bird.
Because I loved
Cyber
it.
Chase.
Cyber Chase.
That wasn't about
Oh
math.
my
was
gosh,
it?
yeah.
Was it about math?
I don't think it was about math.
Yes, it was about math.
Okay,
it
I
was?
was right.
Yeah.
Cyber Chase.
Cyber Chase was
Cyber
bomb.
Chase.
And
PBS Kids was
Liberty
the best.
Adventures or something.
I think I know
Liberty's
what
Kids.
you're talking about, and they were like
Oh,
historians.
Liberty's
Yeah.
Kids, yeah. With Walter Cronkite as Benjamin Franklin.
Oh.
Oh my
I remember
gosh.
that.
They don't make them like they used to.
They don't.
No, they don't. Like if you go and watch kids shows these days, and then you go back and watch what we used to watch, like I feel like there genuinely has been a decline in quality. There
Well,
a
it's
little
so
bit.
funny because I feel like, especially with like, so we were saying like the fact that like kid shows, they don't make them anymore, especially like they used to. They try. The Magic School Bus. they did a reboot of the Magic School Bus, but it's just not the same.
Like, you think of popular TV,
No.
I mean, I don't really know, but like, because I don't watch them, but like, I guess Paw Patrol is like a popular thing.
Yeah.
That's not educating us in any
Yeah.
way. Like, you used to watch shows when you were
No.
younger that were teaching you something, but you didn't know it.
Yeah.
Paw Patrol.
And it's just,
When I finally get around to having kids, I think I'll like have to find old VHS tapes of PBS kids shows from the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah.
Like I'll have to get him like Cyber Chase and Arthur and
Little
stuff
Bear.
like that, you know.
Little Bear.
Franklin.
Yeah.
Remember
Franklin.
Zoom?
Yes.
I'll never forget this
Zoom
one
Boom
thing they
Boo.
taught me on Zoom, and it was you fill up a little like container of water, and then you put a piece of paper and like a tiny chunk of paper, and then you put like some like soap on it, and then it shot across the thing. And I was like, I gotta try that immediately. And that
I
was
think
the
the
only
weirdest
thing
thing
I
I-
picked up from that show.
Back when
The
Zoom was
weirdest
a
thing I
TV
watched
show.
as a
Honestly.
I think the weirdest thing I watched on PBS Kids, there was this game show called Fetch with Rough Ruffman. And it was like these kids would sit in front of a TV screen and listen to a pre-animated dog tell them to run around Massachusetts doing challenges. It was so weird. And for some reason I loved it.
It's funny, when I was younger, like in high school, I wanted to develop a children's show.
Yeah.
And at the time, like I had like a team of friends, and we were like working on something, and it was so basic, but like we had like such like ideas, and we were like, yo, like they don't make this anymore, and we were like, yeah, and it was gonna like involve puppets, because I was extremely into puppets at the time as well. Yeah, like, man, what? Like they don't make anything.
Bear in the Big Blue House.
Yeah.
Back
I
when
think we've spent more
MGM
time
was
talking about kids shows than we were talking about the reboots.
Well, it's funny because all of these are like possible, like really good. I feel like really good contenders to come back as something. Well, all that.
I would love to see
all
like
that.
a Bear in the Big Blue House reboot would be great.
And
I
bring
would
it back
watch
to
that.
Hollywood Studios.
Man.
Yes, please.
Get rid of whatever
The
Disney
Junior show is kind of trash.
It is.
I don't know who that
Kind of is an
Tyra
understatement.
I don't know her. I don't
I
know
don't live in
her.
Florida. I've recently been informed that because I don't live in Florida, I don't get to have opinions about Disney World, so I have to put everything delicately.
Who said
Who
that?
told you that?
Someone in chat?
Someone on Twitter.
Oh.
Someone on Twitter told me that.
Yeah, that's why I don't have Twitter.
All
probably
that
for
was
the
the kid
best.
version of SNL.
It was.
All that was good idea.
It
But
was.
Keenan is on SNL.
Yeah. He's on SNL, and he came back. He's a producer and stuff for All That Now, like the all new All That, I think is what it's called. And Kel makes appearances, like Lori Beth Nimberg makes appearances, like all the old cast has come back to do like small segments and their old characters. Jamie Lynn Spears came back to do a segment.
Was she on All That?
She was. She was on All
anyone
That before she was in Zoe 101.
I don't remember this.
Yeah.
Didn't Amanda Bynes start on All That and then she got
Amanda Bynes,
Show?
yup.
Amanda
Yup.
Show.
Did anyone else watch Good Burger recently? Because I went back and watched it a few months ago, and I have questions.
Not recently, man. I haven't
Like
seen it in a
the
long
movie
time.
Good Burger.
No.
I have questions.
I don't think we have answers.
Yeah, no. But you know what? I do have a question for you guys. We've been naming a bunch of shows, but what show do you think really deserves a reboot or a remake? So we asked this question on our Instagram, again at Geekly Kingdom, and we got some responses.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you say a reboot, does it have to be like a future of the characters, or could it be like a prequel to it?
I think it could be a prequel. Like, why not? Yeah. Okay. It'll just revolve around, I think, the same characters.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Because there's something I've wanted for like years.
Okay.
But I don't know if it fits into this. But I'm gonna say it because no rules.
Yeah, no.
There's no rules on Geekly Kingdom.
No rules. Lauren put Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. I've never seen this.
You've never seen Dr. Quinn.
Never heard of it.
Oh my god, her name. So Dr. Mike is like the first doctor in this small little town, and at first everyone's like, "You're a woman. We're not gonna trust you."
Okay.
But then like, she's a doctor and like studied it, and like, but she's in this small town called Colorado Springs, and she falls in love with this guy Sully, whose like wife had died, and now he's like an honorary part of like the local Native American tribe. Which is, their chief is called Cloud Dance. Was Cloud Dance in the chief? That may be wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Maybe.
There was also like a local...
So this is like a Dances with Wolves situation where he just gets adopted into the tribe.
Basically, because he's like the only kind person in the town. There's also like the local... I'm trying to find the correct way to say this. Place where the prostitutes live.
Okay.
And there's the guy who owns that.
We can put it that way. A house of ill repute.
That's a whole storyline too. There's like main characters there. It's great. It's a great show.
It's a great show. Well, Lauren wants a reboot or a remake of it.
I agree with Lauren.
She also wants a reboot or a remake of the Aladdin animated series.
That's good stuff.
That's a good one. I think she did say like it would be cool to do like, now that they've done this live action kind of thing, to go back, maybe do a live action, or to even do like what happens after, Aladdin and the King of Thieves.
Yeah.
Like now his dad's with him. His dad's not a wanted man. They're all living happily. I think she said Aladdin's the Sultan now as well. So you get to see all that sort of stuff, and I think that's pretty cool. Kelly speaking to my heart.
Kelly's a good person.
Kelly wants to see Recess. Yes, a Recess reboot or remake would be so good. She also wants, and I totally forgot about this until she mentioned it, she wants to see So Weird.
I don't know what that is.
So Weird was like a supernatural like television show on Disney Channel.
Okay.
But it was like very like it was like mystery. It was a mom that's in a band. I believe the mom was in a band, and then they're traveling. But her daughter always gets into like these like she runs into like ghosts and like supernatural like things. Such a cool like weird show at the time, but I would love that. Our own Michael put Sequest. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know either? Spencer, Sequest?
Someone help us.
Ben, Sequest?
No, I got nothing on that.
No? Well, Michael, our own Michael, wants to see Sequest. And I think that'll be cool too. Spence, do you have something? Do you think? Have you been thinking?
I don't, there's so many things that are happening right now. I have so many shows like from Disney Channel that I would love to see more of. Like, I would adore if Gravity Falls had been able to get a third season, but it wouldn't have worked.
I know Tyler's a big
the
Gravity Falls fan.
Oh, I adore Gravity Falls. It's so good.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do like another Kim Possible. I feel like there's still more that could be explored with that idea. Kim Possible, or maybe something new with Lilo and Stitch. Because I love Lilo and Stitch the series.
Okay.
I've always loved like the movies and Lilo and Stitch the series, and I really still there's so much you can do with that idea.
Okay.
You got crazy aliens running all over Hawaii. That's an idea mill that never runs out.
Yeah, honestly. And I highly doubt we've seen all 627, I think it is, aliens on the series or even in those movies. So there's still like a whole bunch to see. Yeah, that's cool, man. I like those ideas. You took one of mine. I was gonna say Kim Possible. I was like, I would love to see a Kim Possible because Christy Carlson Romano wants to do something.
Yeah.
She wants to do something. I watch her on YouTube. She has like
too.
a
Her little
cooking
cooking
show.
channel, yeah.
Love it. And she wants to do something. And it's like, either give her Kim Possible or give her Even Stevens.
Yeah.
Even Stevens, I think, is a little difficult because of the fact
Shia
that...
LaBeouf.
Well, because Even Stevens was really, really about
Running in
both
the
of
woods
them.
from Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. It was about
Thank
both
you.
of them. So, like, for them to do it. For them to do it, like now, oh, I just said it right after you said that. They would have to really focus on Ren, and maybe Ren having a family, and maybe Ren having twins, or something,
Yeah.
and being like that next generation
Yeah.
of Even Stevens kind of thing. But yeah, like Shia LaBeouf is the big like question mark,
Yeah.
you know, kind of
I
thing.
don't think in a million years he'd ever do it.
No, not at all.
Then again, he's weird, so maybe.
You never
I
know.
don't
He's coming back for Transformers, apparently.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Yep. That's in talks.
There's, another one. Like I'm going through this list of Disney Channel stuff from the early 2000s. I think that another idea that probably could be rebooted, definitely not like a sequel, but like a full reboot with all of the tech stuff you can do with TV these days. Phil of the Future would be an interesting idea to explore again.
Keep on taking my stuff. I gotta think more now.
I'm sorry, Eric.
I gotta think some more. Julie, you go next, and then I'll
sorry.
think.
Okay, so I have one, and I think it was something that was talked about at some point. But as a kid, and I think it shaped me into the person I am today. I was a big Xena Warrior Princess fan.
Okay.
And I would definitely have you heard of Xena Warrior Princess, Spencer?
I've heard of it, but I've never seen much of it, I don't think.
Oh my god, I was obsessed with this show. Like, I used to be like, this is embarrassing, but I used to like dress up in my room and pretend to be like a warrior princess. Why
is that embarrassing?
I was fighting gods and stuff. Anyway, and so
what's embarrassing?
Yeah, like what?
Sorry. And so I would love to see a reboot of that, and I would really love for them. And I know like Lucy Lawless would be totally down, and for what's the actress who plays Gabrielle? Renee something. And I'm horrible. Hopefully someone will say it in the chat. Anyway, so like as a kid, they kind of always had this weird relationship, Xena and Gabrielle.
Okay.
Do you like remember it?
No, I never watched. I never watched.
Okay,
I know what you're talking about because it used to come on either before or after a show that I would watch.
Yeah.
But I never watched it.
So, Xena Warrior Princess. So Xena and Gabrielle always had this relationship that never kind of got fully fleshed out. But let's just say there was many a times where these two would make out and kiss.
Okay.
But it was like never something that was like talked about. But obviously, like Lucy Lawless became a very big like person to look towards in the LGBT community.
Okay.
Because she was very much like, yeah, like let's do that. And so if they were to bring it back, I'd really like appreciate them to lean into the whole Xena and Gabrielle relationship as they should.
Got you.
Renee O'Connor, thank you, Ben. Her name is Renee O'Connor.
No problem.
But yeah, I loved, and the opening theme song, oh, it was like in a time of ancient gods, warlords, and kings. She was Xena, a mighty princess, forged in the heat of battle. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, it was so amazing. What a great show. Anyway, the other one is kind of not like a reboot, but I'm just going to squeeze it in there. I was a very big Sons of Anarchy fan.
Okay.
And I've always wanted them to do a First Nine series, which was did you watch Sons of Anarchy?
No.
Okay. So, like, it was a motorcycle club. And they had the First Nine that created the club back in like the 70s. And so I always wanted a TV show about the original 9 members.
Gotcha.
So some of them were in the show. They were older members, so I want to see them young.
Okay.
That would be a banger show. They have the Mayans now, but it's not really. I want the original sons.
Got you. Oh, I like those.
Someone said preach, Jilly. I don't know about what, but yes. I don't know what I said that required me to preach it, but I'll preach it time and time again.
Yeah, why not? So I'm gonna go, cause Spencer said my two like Disney Channel picks. I'm gonna go really old school.
Sorry.
No, you good, man. I love old TV shows. My favorite TV show of all time is I Love Lucy. Like, I love Lucy. Like, like I actually do.
I don't judge.
Say it again.
I said I don't judge.
And I've always thought to myself, I Love Lucy was such, it was such an iconic sitcom, and the way that they did it, and the way that, just everything, I've always tried in my head to try to come up with someone that could do that.
Yeah. Who did you come up with?
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't have
I
it.
don't have anyone.
I was looking forward to this.
No, I don't have anyone. But I would love to see, as much as I don't want to say this, I would love to see an I Love Lucy remake. Maybe, obviously it won't be I Love Lucy because that was very personal.
Yes.
But take like the same concept of that show and do it with someone.
Yeah.
Someone now.
Yeah.
The other show that I would love to see a remake of, and the thing is that they have made a remake, and I just don't like it, is Kids Say the Darndest Things.
Oh, yeah.
Kids Say the Darndest Things was such a fun show, but it was very much the interactions between the host and the kids.
Yeah.
The host never talked down to the kids, kind of thing, and the person that they have now is oh man, hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
I want to add something on your I Love Lucy thing when we get back to it. Yeah, who hosts that now?
I forget her name. Tiffany Haddish.
Oh, yeah.
Tiffany Haddish hosts Kids Say the Darndest Things now. I don't like it. I just don't.
I don't like it.
The thing is, I like her.
I don't like.
I honestly do. She doesn't mesh with the kids.
Yeah.
She just doesn't.
I think you have to have someone who has it's good with children.
Correct.
Not that she's bad with children, but it's kind of like,
And you know who I think I've always thought should do it, could do it? And it's funny because they have a show, or they had a show that was very much like it.
Yeah.
And they took it a step above. Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey has Little Big Shots, which is basically showcasing these amazing kids with like really cool talents.
Yeah.
But I've always said he should be the one hosting Kids Say the Darndest Things. And essentially, it's so funny because he doesn't only showcase and like the kids like do their talents or whatever. He has like this whole like, you're gonna sit down with me and we're gonna talk.
Yeah.
And like just that segment and that, I'm just like, I love this show because of that right there.
Yeah.
And you can tell like it's just comedy between both of them and how he interacts with the kids and how he reacts to the kids.
Yeah.
And like obviously like there's set things to do on the show, but he lets the kids just talk and do anything, kind of thing. And it's such a good thing. But yeah, no. My two choices, I Love Lucy and then...
You know what was unique about I Love Lucy?
Yeah.
It was a rare moment where a sitcom about a husband and wife revolved around the wife.
Correct.
Which is great. There was a couple of things I want to hit.
Yeah.
Second thing, I remember I was doing a play back when I lived in New York. Horrible. I think I left because it was just such a horrible experience. But I remember one of the lines in the play was like, "Oh, I've been up all night watching I Love Lucy reruns," and the woman who was like directing it was like, "Let's change that line. Like no one watches I Love Lucy anymore." And I was like, "What?" And I was like so offended by that. All the things she said offended me too. And I'm putting it out there, you know?
Yeah.
Not a nice person. Anyway, but what you reminded me when we were just talking about I Love Lucy and stuff, and I don't know what reminded me of this, but I would love to see a revival of Married with Children.
Nice.
Because again, it's completely different, but a sitcom about a husband and wife, completely different than any other sitcom you ever saw.
Yeah.
Like they were like the antithesis of
Yeah.
any other sitcom that came before them. Like they weren't happily married.
Yeah.
She wasn't waiting at home with dinner cooked.
Yep.
Like
Have you watched any sitcom about a married family since like the early 90s? Because that's all they all are.
That's what they
There's
are
always,
now,
like,
yeah.
But that was the
mean
first
wife.
one.
Like, but it was,
Married with
right
Children
after,
came out
like,
in the
they all
80s.
became that, like, Everybody Loves Raymond and Roseanne, and like they all hit that point where they're all like the angry wife who's mean to the husband and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like before Married with Children, it was I Love Lucy, it was Leave It to Beaver, it was all these like very like
Bewitched,
proper
yeah.
wives, and then Married with Children happened, and Peg Bundy was very much like, I ain't doing anything. I'm sitting on the couch doing whatever I want the whole day, and you can figure things out for yourself.
I think the problem with Married with Children now is that it's not a unique idea anymore. Because, like I said, everyone's done it.
Yeah.
It's not unique, but those actors are amazing.
No, I definitely get
like-
you. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Katie Sagal is good in everything.
yes,
But-
she is, Spencer. This is the
is
best
good.
thing you've ever said on any episode in life. That is the most correct thing.
Matt.
You are entitled to
I
your
mean,
right
I'm-
opinion.
Matt and Chad said
I'm a
All in the
huge-
Family. All in the Family is a good one, too.
God.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, well,
That's a
they
good
did
one,
that.
but like the problem with the other thing with All in the Family is it was boundary pushing for its time.
Correct.
There's less boundaries to push.
There's less
These days.
boundaries, but there's still boundaries, and I think that's when comedy and that's when, you know, good writing takes place. That it's like it's taking the same premise and making it modern to today's day.
You have to be very careful with the way they handled All in the Family. I don't think you could be as brash as they were, especially these days with woke culture and cancel culture. You probably couldn't have, like, the Archie Bunker who's openly racist, you know, on primetime television.
Which
I don't think you could do that sort of thing anymore.
which I think is stupid, because there are people like that, you know, kind of thing. Like,
Well, yeah.
like I
But
think
you're not gonna
it's
get-
very. And I
You're not
don't
gonna
mean
get
that
studio
your
executives who are
suggestion or
gonna
your
willing to-
thoughts are stupid. That's not what I mean. I mean the fact
No,
of like
yeah.
like thinking about having to kind of like censor it in that aspect
Yeah.
while
Well,
people
one
live
of the
next
big
door to
things that-
people that are exactly like, you know, him.
One of the things I remember reading that Norman Lear regrets about All in the Family is they tried to make Archie Bunker like this horrible person that no one would like, and people liked him because he was relatable.
Correct,
Which
yeah.
is scary.
Yeah,
And I don't think they want to make that mistake again.
yeah.
Especially like with the political climate the world is in, which we won't get into for obvious reasons. Like I can't see All in the Family in 2020 going well.
Well,
And if it went well, it would be canceled immediately because it would not be safe for like it would not be a safe bet that they would want to hedge their money on.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
did anyone watch when they did do like they redid an episode of All in the Family?
Yeah, I did. All in the Family,
Marissa
Jeffersons.
Tomei was so
Yeah.
great as
Yeah.
Ethel? Is that her name?
No,
No, is that Ethel Bunker? What is her name?
I don't remember right now. But no, yes, when they did the essentially like they took actors from now, and the cool thing about that is that it was live.
Yeah.
And they
Edith.
literally
I was close.
and they literally took the scripts from those
Yeah.
episodes and just shot them.
Yeah.
You know, and just did them now.
Yeah.
which was great. Let's move on from this train. We're a little behind here, but we got Mulan is finally coming out. Finally coming out, but it's coming out only on Disney Plus on September 4th, and it'll cost you. If you want to watch it on Disney Plus, even if you have Disney Plus, it's going to cost you $30. Mm-hmm. Here's my question. Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It depends on how many people you're watching. Like, if you get which you should not be doing unless you live with people. I must preface that in these times. But if you have, like, 6 people in your house, it's worth it. If you were alone, probably not.
Yeah, you have to think about
Ben,
it like if you were...
Can you throw that graphic back up, please?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because if I'm not mistaken, blah, blah, blah.
It says it
watch
will be
and
available
rewatch.
to all Disney Plus
Yeah, once you buy it, you can watch. It doesn't.
You're
it
gonna
doesn't
have
run out. Yeah, it's with you for your
so
entire
it's not going to be like a
subscription.
rental or, you know, how... Because, what were these movies? The new Trolls movie, the new Scoob movie, you know, came out, and it was a premium price to rent.
Yeah.
And then essentially it was like you paid $25 and you had them for a week.
Yeah.
This is, you're paying $30, you're going to have it for the length of, you know, as long as you have Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And I wonder...
But the problem...
What were you going to say?
The problem here is it says it will come to all Disney Plus subscribers. They
Correct.
don't say how long that window is. You don't know how long you're getting for those $30.
Yes, that was my next point. That's the thing. Like, sure, you're gonna pay these $30, and maybe you have it, and maybe you can watch it in 3 months.
You see, I'm not. It's a lot of money. However, if you're looking at it like if I were to go to a movie with my mom.
Yeah.
If I were to go to like AMC Dine-In in Disney Springs,
Yeah.
that's the ticket for the 2 of us before I've even bought popcorn.
Correct.
You know, like that's maybe.
And that's to watch it one time.
That's to watch it one time. So like you have to think about it like if it was just me, I'd be like, I'm spending $30. But however, but like my Disney Plus account is connected to me, my sister, my mom, my dad, my sister's husband. Like everyone's watching it.
Yeah.
So like that shouldn't be, but like that's the. So I understand from a business standpoint, this movie was supposed to like have this amazing release and all this stuff. And as a company, you need to take that into account. It's not going to be making the same money it should have been making in the first place because you're going to have so many people taking advantage of different people's accounts.
Correct.
So I understand why they're doing it. I understand why people don't want to spend that money if it's just them. However, Mulan is my all-time favorite Disney movie.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm gonna watch this. I mean, it's amazing. It stars an actual Chinese woman, which is amazing.
Yeah.
To have a lead. Oh, like how many? When you don't see many films with women, or just anyone of the Asian persuasion in. In leading roles. Like I can count on the back of my hand how many movies in my 25 years of life that have starred an Asian
Unless you do
actor.
like Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
Crazy Rich Asians, besides the fact that it did well for the movie, like I remember it was breaking like records because it was like the first movie in I don't know how many years to have like a full Asian cast and stuff like that, and it was mind-boggling when I watched that movie because I was like, wait, you're telling me in a movie, all these actors, as many number of actors that there were in that movie, there's never been a movie in 30 years, let's say, that had all Asian actors? I was like, it's crazy to think about.
And it's also like, I remember I looked it up and it was like the last like Asian actor to win like an Academy Award was like, I think there's only been, don't quote me on this, but I feel like I read it was only like one person like 50 years ago or something like stupid like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No,
I mean, I love Mulan so much, and I was so looking. I'm gonna pay it because you know what? that's just where my heart is, and you gotta sometimes, I mean, money is money, but sometimes you're just like, you have to throw caution to the wind and be like, this is gonna make me happy, so.
No, I feel you.
Yeah.
Like, you'll pay it. Spencer.
Well, you've also got like the big joint Disney Plus account, so it'll be worth it for all the.
I could
Correct.
probably
people,
finagle my father to do it.
Like, I don't know if you have access to it, Spencer, but if you do, would you pay it?
I have a Disney Plus account in the U.S. that I theoretically could use. I will not pay for it because it's just for myself.
Okay.
I can't justify putting down $30 for a movie.
Gotcha. So, like, at the same time, is it clear to say, like, or is it safe to say that you're not in a rush to watch this movie?
I would love, like, if Mulan was coming to the theater, I would go down to the theater and I would watch it.
Gotcha.
I can justify paying, $12, $13 plus popcorn to go down to the movie theater, like, take the train a couple stops, go watch Mulan with subtitles. I'll do it.
Okay.
How much is popcorn
I can't
in
justify
Japan?
spending.
Must be
It
cheap.
depends on the theater. I usually like $5 for a medium.
Because I feel like I go to AMC and it's like $15 for a water bottle and a small popcorn.
Spencer sneaks it in from Disneyland. That's why he has such a variety of popcorn. He just sneaks it in from one of them. He has a little
I'll
like
go down to Tokyo Disneyland and grab like the curry popcorn.
Spencer has a little special bucket that has dividers, and it looks like a regular one, but it has dividers for each different little thing. It's like one of those big tubs with like cheddar and like it's one of those.
What a throwback!
Yeah, it's one of those.
One of the best parts about movie theaters in Japan is some movie theaters serve churros, and they're good churros. So you can get
In the world, man.
You can get a churro for your movie. I went to go see when the movie theaters reopened in July. There was this movie theater in Ikebukuro that was showing all 3 Back to the Future movies, so you could watch them all in a row in one day. And I thought it was the best idea ever. So I dedicated 7.5 hours to watching all 3 Back to the Future movies back to back to back on the big screen. And the sad thing is, the first movie was like half full, and then the second movie was like there was a third of it full, and then by the third movie, I think it was me and 2 other people in the movie theater. So,
wait,
like,
did you say by the third one?
People. Yeah.
Well, that could be either people were tired of watching all the movies and they were like, or it was the fact that the third one's not that great. It could also be that.
I like the third Back to the Future. They're all great.
I like them all, but as a general consensus, I think people like, You should have tallied them. See, you should have seen. So why are you leaving? I'm tired. Oh, okay. Everyone else is. I don't really want to watch this one. No, I feel you though.
I got popcorn and soda for 2 of them, and then for one of them I was like, I'm gonna change this up a little bit. So I got a churro and soda for one of the Back to the Future movies, and it was awesome.
Heck yeah, man.
Because the first movie I went and saw in Japan after I moved here was Endgame. And I went to the movie theater and like, what? They have churros at the movie theater? Like it blew my mind.
No, I love that. So we have
remember how
yes.
I got onto that.
Yes.
We have yes. We have a no. I will be paying it.
They're not doing it. They're not doing it here anyway. I think they still want to release it in the movies here.
Gotcha.
Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
We are just now getting Onward because we were supposed to get Onward like a couple of weeks after America, and then like we closed all the movie theaters right before it was supposed to come out. So for the last 6 months, all the posters for Onward have just been rotting in the sun outside, and like all the promotional things that they were going to be doing for the movie have just been sitting there. So we're finally getting Onward in like 2 weeks, and I've already seen the movie through Waze.
Okay.
And I liked the movie, but I think they still want to do Mulan in the movie theater here.
Gotcha. Nah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll be paying it. I'm excited for it.
She will bring honor
She will bring honor to us
her
all.
family and China.
Yeah, no, I'm excited.
Numbers.
What, Ben?
Gonna bring dishonor to our box office numbers.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for this, and I don't think a lot of people in chat are either. Like, there is such a huge reaction here of just, no, don't do it, boycott the movie. Like, people cannot stand this concept of paying $30 for this.
Here's my thing, and the fact that you said boycotting the movie.
You gotta think of it from a business. I know a lot of people that you gotta sometimes. I know people think of Disney and think of being happy and all this stuff, but sometimes you really just gotta look at it. It is a business.
Yeah, definitely.
Here's the thing about Mulan. They've been sitting on this movie. Like, the movie's been done. The movie was supposed to come out, 4 months ago? You're
just
sitting
about
on something that's going to make you... is just eating more and more money as you keep delaying it and have to change marketing materials. You're sitting on this moneymaker, and at some point they have to capitalize it because the company is hemorrhaging money right now.
Yes.
They need revenue streams.
Yeah.
It has to happen. And if it has to be this way, it has to be.
Oh, no,
I
definitely.
still think that theaters will survive.
The
theatrical experience is not going anywhere.
The thing is the fact that there isn't another movie for them to put in this place. Like, movie theaters are still closed. So it's not even the fact that they're like, oh, movie theaters are open, not that many people are coming, so let's throw in, Soul.
Yeah.
Soul, not Black Panther, Soul, Black Widow, and Mulan are the 3 movies that are still slated for 2020.
Yeah.
Everything else has been pushed back to 2021.
Yeah.
Raya and the Last Dragon, 2021. Jungle Cruise, 2021. Everything else has been pushed back. These 3 movies are the ones that they've been like, we want to release, and we want to release now kind of thing, but they have just been having to push them back. And it sucks that they don't have like a substitute.
Yeah.
And also, who wants to be that substitute?
Yeah.
Like, what movie wants to be that substitute?
Does anyone remember, the good old days that was only not so long ago where you used to wait for, a DVD to get released at Target and you would drop $30 on a DVD with special features?
Yeah. Yeah.
So many movies I bought.
Yeah.
Upsetting. Or, go to FYE for, ooh, I'm going to buy this season of United States of Tara. I don't know why that came to my mind. On DVD, and you dropped $50 on a season of a TV show.
Yeah.
But the things
you had
they used to do. And you're gonna have Mulan.
As long as you have Disney Plus.
That's true.
That's the other thing. That if it was $30 for you to always have it, like again, I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna do the $30 for just Disney Plus, kind of thing. But I get other people as well that it's like, I'm not owning this movie.
Yeah. And I don't, but at the end of the day, I also don't think it's about Mulan. I think it's about if this goes on and on and on.
Correct.
How do you feel about this ideal in general? Because some people are just like, I don't want to see Mulan. Cool.
Yeah.
But we may not be able to, get, or they'll open movie theaters, but people won't want to go to them.
And actually, that was the point that I wanted to make. When Ben was talking about the people in chat, this and that, the whole I don't know if people are actually going to boycott it or anything like that kind of thing. But the fact that he said that made me trigger something. It's going to suck. It is if Disney as a company sees this as, no more movies of people of color. If they home in on, why aren't people watching this? Is it because of that? Is it because of kind of thing? Hopefully they have the mindset to just be like, it's because of everything that's happening, and they don't narrow down to
the world is kind of on fire.
Correct.
The world is kind of I can't imagine the mental gymnastics it would take for them to say it's because it stars people who aren't white.
But it's something that's happened in the past. And it's something that's happened in the past with regular releases, kind of thing. So I hope they put into consideration, even though people are at home, it might be because of the price tag that you're putting, because of the fact that people still don't have Disney Plus as well.
And I think also at the end of the day, like, everyone who's deciding to buy it or not buy it, Disney deciding to release it for however, it's the product of its time. Everyone's just trying to figure out how to do something different. So whatever way it happens, I mean, it's Disney as a company deciding, what do we do now that we can't do this? It's we as consumers deciding, now that we can't go to a movie theater, what do we do? It's everyone just trying to figure out, what do we do now? Is this a new normal? Will things go back to normal? Should we not give money to this because I'm waiting for things to go back to normal and I don't want this to become the new normal?
Exactly.
And it's all just, as a human being, you have to make that decision for yourself.
Correct.
No, how you're
definitely.
going to deal with things.
Yeah, definitely. It's just one of those things that, as a company, they've done things in the past and they've blamed it on so many different things that have nothing to do with it, that I hope and I pray that it's not something that one person's like, you know what? I bet it's because of everyone being Chinese. I bet it's that. I bet people don't want to see the movie because of that. Like, I hope there's not that one person and then everyone follows that that train of thought. I was like, hey, you know what? That is a good point. Like, ugh.
I think I remember seeing somewhere where Bob Chapek said that he wants to try and monetize the current, like, woke political climate as much as possible. I can't imagine.
Who was that?
He sees all of this. Say what?
Who was that?
I think it was Bob Chapek.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, if it comes from the top, well, he's about money. If the money's in being woke, he's gonna be woke. Like, that's why companies are being woke. It's not because they have a conscience. It's because there's money in it.
Because of money, definitely.
I don't think that someone would. I want to hope, at least, that someone wouldn't say, it's because they're all Chinese. Like, why would you? Where's the? I can't even wrap my head around it.
You can't, but it happens.
Yeah, I mean, and
it's
think
also
it's ridiculous, but then you look at
it's also one of the reasons why this time around they went with all Chinese actors, because the first time they did Mulan, they pissed off people. Kind of thing.
Well,
so
Ming-Na Wen is Chinese, but they had like Chinese and Korean.
Is Ming-Na Wen Chinese though?
They mixed.
Or is she just?
She grew up in Hong Kong, didn't she?
What?
She grew up where?
Didn't she grow up in Hong Kong?
Maybe.
Let's look it up.
I think Ming-Na Wen grew up in Hong Kong. Someone will tell us. Someone in the chat.
Yeah, someone will tell us.
She is Chinese. That is correct.
But they had George Takei in the movie too, and like they didn't really, I guess, give consideration to the cultural aspect. And then, of course, say what you will about Mushu. I love him, but he probably isn't the most respectful representation of the story of Mulan.
I get everything, and I just hope. We're gonna take a small commercial break just to gather our thoughts and stretch, and when we come back, we're gonna be doing our fan casting of live-action Pinocchio. And we'll tell you just a little bit about what we're going to be doing for our next show. We'll see you real soon.
Coming soon. Coming soon to Disney Plus, it's the story of a father and son who just wanted to get some fresh air.
Dad, can we go to Disney Springs? It's open!
A family that just wanted to grab a bite to eat and maybe not take their chances shopping online with Shop Disney with a lowercase s. But going out during a pandemic when your dad is a hypochondriac isn't easy, especially when you're a clownfish.
It's a pandemic, Nemo!
But Dad, I'm so bored and we'll follow all the rules.
We can go if you keep your mask on!
I promise.
A father who wants his son to be happy, even if he'll spend every moment of the trip in fear of everything.
Nemo, don't touch the railings, Nemo!
I won't. Can we go over there?
Not too far! And wash your fins, Nemo, even the lucky one!
A father who battled an entire ocean to find his son will now try to survive an outdoor mall full of Floridians.
Maskless hillbillies, Nemo! Swim away! Swim away! Oh, I miss when our biggest worry was jellyfish!
Marlin will wish he was back in the safety of a tank after this wild and hilarious adventure.
Dory, where's Nemo?
Fabio? He went to the Butthouse.
It's Boathouse! Nemo! Nemo, where are you, son?
Disney Pixar's Socially Distancing Nemo, giving you something to watch between seasons of The Mandalorian on Disney+.
Did you have fun at Disney Springs, son?
Yeah, even if we didn't get anything we wanted because the eBay resellers got them. Oh look, they're testing the monorails. What color is that, Dad?
Coral!
4 panelists, 30 minutes, 1 week in Disney Parks news. This is Parks Center. On Parks Center, the panel and I cover the top 7... 7? Yeah, 7 Disney Parks stories of the past week. From attraction news to transportation scandals to new food and merchandise, we'll cover it all in 30 minutes or less. You can watch us stream live every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. at WDWNtunes.com, watch episodes on demand at youtube.com/WDWNT, or subscribe to the audio version of the show on your favorite podcast app.
Hey guys, welcome back to Geekly Kingdom. I am your host, Eric Wolf, and we're about to do fan casting for live-action Pinocchio. But before that, I wanted to let you guys know next show we're doing. It's sort of different. We're gonna be doing like a themed show. So this past Friday, Magic Camp actually came out on Disney Plus. So we're going to be doing an episode next show is basically going to be about magic. We'll talk about the four different things that you guys can watch on Disney Plus that have to do with the art of magic, the art of illusions, all that. But we're also going to be talking about in the parks and possibly like shows that Disney has done in the past that have incorporated magic in some way, some form. We'll talk about that, and we're gonna have some special guests on the show as well. But yeah, so look forward to that. I'm also giving you guys 2 weeks if you haven't seen Magic Camp, and if you have access to Disney Plus to watch it, so you guys can talk with us. We will be reviewing that movie next show, and yeah, so get excited for that. We'll be doing some magic. I wish I had confetti. Just magic. But yeah, we'll be doing that next show. I have with me our co-host Jilly.
That's
Sorry about that.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, we also have our man from Japan, Spencer, with us. Oh, and you're muted. Unless you're doing pantomiming, I'm not totally sure.
I'm not the only one that can make mistakes.
So guys.
Breakfast, but then
No, you good, man.
Enjoy your breakfast.
So we got word that that Tom Hanks is in talks to be Geppetto for the live-action Pinocchio movie that Disney is developing. The interesting thing is that he was already in talks with Disney about a year ago, and that fell through. And then now he's in talks again to play Geppetto. I think he's a good choice. I think he's a good choice for Geppetto. I think anything that Tom Hanks kind of like Tom Hanks is in.
Hands-on is good.
Yeah, like it has like this, I don't know, this credibility, I guess you can say. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see him as Geppetto, and that's another.
I'm down.
Right, that's another Disney movie for the Hanks to have on his resume.
You ever see that? Hanks. I'm Tom Hanks. Got Meg Ryan on my phone. I'm Tom Hanks. You never saw that?
No.
Oh my God, it's so great.
No.
Look it up.
I will. But yeah, so you guys in the chat, if you guys have any, I want you guys to think about some casting choices. Well, us three will be sharing our casting choices for the characters. And let us know in chat if you guys like it, if you guys don't. If you guys have a better suggestion you think, put it down on there. We'd love to see what you guys think. Jilly, would you like to go first with
Pinocchio.
With Pinocchio? We'll start there.
Surely. So for Pinocchio, I picked this little actor, Rafael Alejandro.
Rafael
There he is. Oh my God. So I actually know him. He played Roland Hood, son of Robin Hood and Maid Marian in Once Upon a Time. And I was looking. I'm not sure, as we were discussing, if this little boy is of Spanish descent or Italian descent or of both. But I kind of wanted an Italian boy.
Okay.
But he looks like he could pull it off.
He does.
Yeah. But I'll have to find out. There wasn't much information, considering he's a small child.
I feel you.
Him on there. But yeah, I thought he would be a perfect little option for it. It was hard finding someone, because I feel like you Google like young child actors and they're all from like the same stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to find someone a little bit different. But yeah, Rafael Alejandro.
I like it.
No.
Spencer, who'd you pick for Pinocchio?
I picked the star of Young Sheldon, Ian Armitage, as Pinocchio. I think that he is a very talented kid, I guess. I love his work in Young Sheldon. He's done a couple other things. Very dynamic actor, and I think he'd work well. And my lights went off. I think he would work well as Pinocchio.
I get you. Yeah, I like him. He was definitely someone that I was thinking of. So which is funny, when I saw your fan cast, I was like, oh yeah, I thought of him as well. I didn't go for him. I went with, and honestly, I don't have my people written down, but Tyler Waldis, I want to say his name is. He is from the TV show Single Parents. He's in that TV show. Just everything that he does in Single Parents, I'm very much like, oh, he's very like, duh, he's a child, but he's very like he can portray like childlike, like really well, and just aspects of Pinocchio I see in him just in that role. So I was like, he would be a good one. I like him. So he's from Single Parents. I like it. Yeah. Jilly, who do you have for the Blue Fairy?
The Blue Fairy, I went with Miss Liv Tyler.
Nice.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, a lot of this came from Lord of the Rings.
Gotcha.
Just having that, like, what's that word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
That word, you know that word.
Yeah. That word.
That she's very soft spoken. She's very she seems like you trust her. Like she just has like a good heart. Ethereal, is that the word I'm looking for?
Ethereal.
Ethereal.
Thank you. Ethereal.
There we go.
She's got an ethereal vibe. I should just preface this with in my head, this Pinocchio that I'm casting is a little bit more serious and slightly darker than like Well, it's a very dark story.
Yeah.
But like leaning into that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Spencer.
Well, we've all seen the Imagineering story, and I think that Angela Bassett she has such a comforting voice, so I chose her as my blue fairy. I think that she can do that very little puppet made of she has the voice for it, you know? No, I really think that she would make a fantastic blue fairy.
I like that choice, yeah. Definitely.
No, I like that.
I went race blind with my casting, but I also think that she's the only person of color I chose.
I think so as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the original intent was to be race blind with casting. I didn't particularly care that the blue fairy was black, honestly. I mean, yeah. Well, the funny thing is that usually, and Jilly and I were talking about this earlier, usually I cast pretty much all races and stuff like that. And for this casting, I don't know why, I didn't. And I went with the people that I went with, and I was okay with it, kind of thing. And I was like, oh, okay. Sometimes I feel like you can, sometimes whatever. It doesn't, you don't necessarily need to, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Some I feel have specific race, Aladdin, Jasmine, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You would want to find someone from that region to play those characters.
Yeah, when we cast Hercules, the Muses,
Yeah. It was just one of those things that it was since it's gonna be gospel, kind of that, let's portray them like that, kind of thing. For my blue fairy, I went with Candace Cameron, actually.
That's all
Fuller House. Yeah. Went with her as blue fairy.
Her politics annoy me.
I understand, yeah.
But also I watch Full House and and I love her and it bothers me. Because I'm I love TJ, but no.
Yeah, no, I feel you. But yeah, no, I went with her for blue fairy. I think she has the look. Also, blue fairy's I picture her a little older as well. Because I was at first thinking about some young actresses, and then I was I would really like this person to be a little older, so I went with her. Jilly, can you tell us your Jiminy Cricket?
Jiminy Cricket.
We'll start Jiminy Cricket.
I had trouble with this whole thing, but I went with Mark Hamill.
Okay.
I assume Jiminy Cricket obviously would be CGI, not an actual human being.
Uh-huh.
And I just think he's a phenomenal voice actor and just kind of has that voice that he could obviously do a voice, but also just something that you're oh yeah, it's you're happy to hear it. And I feel like Jiminy is very much someone that needs to calm you.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like Mark Hamill has that because he's just a cool dude,
I feel you, yeah.
Yeah, so I want Mark Hamill.
I like that.
Don't do a Joker voice. Don't scare the children.
You don't need to
do
do
that.
But he does have different. He's capable of coming up with different voices,
yes,
which is
exactly.
Something that's important. Spencer, who did you go for?
I chose my Jiminy as James Corden.
Okay.
I feel like James Corden has that kind of little jolly Jiminy attitude about him a little bit, but he can also really be serious and calm you down. Or I really think that he has that range where he would make a great Jiminy Cricket. I'd love to see British Jiminy too. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I like that.
That was actually an easier one for me to cast, so I kind of contrast with Jilly there. I had that was instant for me. I thought of James Corden as Jiminy Cricket.
I like it. So something that that Jilly and I were talking about earlier as well when we were kind of thinking of talking about the casting and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I thought of James Corden as well for Jiminy Cricket. I love James Corden. I thought of him as well, which is so funny because I looked at your list and I was like, how does Spencer have so many people that I thought of? This is so weird.
I'm reading your mind.
Right? I was like, oh my gosh. But I was thinking of someone that can be necessarily like a narrator,
Yeah.
but also can sing, because he has to sing, you know, When You Wish Upon a Star. Like, I don't think Disney's gonna make a Peter Pan movie and not have that song in it.
Yeah.
Like, I was telling Jilly, like, it's literally, if you think about it, like the Walt Disney Company, like, song, you know,
Also,
kind of thing. Like,
did you just say Peter Pan?
did I say Peter Pan?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Oh.
you said Peter Pan.
Pinocchio. So I went with Neil Patrick Harris as my Jiminy Cricket.
That's a good idea.
This is a good
Why
idea.
didn't I think of that?
Like, he has that great voice, and if you guys come down to Orlando, I don't know if he does it at Disneyland, but he does the candlelight processional. He's the narrator for that. He just has that nice voice that, you know, is soothing, and I think Jiminy should have, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And I bet he can nail that song, you know? We're actually going to throw it to Ben. Ben has a choice.
For Jiminy?
Yeah.
So I saw you put Neil Patrick Harris down for this,
Uh-huh.
and I have very strong opinions that he should be the next character we're going to talk about.
Oh! Yeah.
But for this, I would love to see David Tennant do this. Like having like that British Jiminy and like the narrator quality that you're talking about there,
Yup.
he could totally pull all of that off.
Yeah.
And that would free Neil Patrick Harris up to be who we're going to be talking about next, which is Honest John.
Yeah.
Because oh my gosh, him as that role. Like the other role that Neil Patrick Harris has in the parks, or had in the parks, was the narration and the launch voice for California Screamin' in California Adventure.
Oh,
so he had this kind of
yeah.
Broadway Barker style voice to him in that role, and I could just see him bringing that quality to Honest John and it just being amazing.
Yes. That's such a good point. I like that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's a good one.
I don't know why I didn't think of Neil Patrick Harris. I like Eric's idea better. Can I change my cast? Well, here's the thing. How I Met Your Mother is one of my favorite shows just of all time.
Uh-huh.
And so I love Neil Patrick Harris. I see everything he does these days. And I cannot believe I did not think of Neil Patrick Harris as Jiminy.
The funny
That's
thing is
brilliant.
that, like, Neil Patrick Harris, like, the reason why he came to mind, because, like I said, I had James Corden down, is when I was watching Magic Camp yesterday. He's not in it, but he's a magician. And I was just thinking of people, you know, I was just thinking, like, watching the movie, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this person would have been good in this movie, and this person would have been good, like, just actors that also do magic.
Yeah.
And he came to mind. And then I was like, oh my gosh, he can do Jiminy Cricket. So I had to, like, change my choice. Jilly, who do you have for Honest John?
I went with Donald Glover.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So basically, okay, so full honesty, I haven't seen Pinocchio in a really long time. So I was like looking up scenes of characters and stuff. And the thing that I picked up most from Honest John was his physicality. And so I kind of wanted someone who did good things physically. And what came to mind was the music video for This Is America with Childish Gambino. And like just his dancing and his body. And I felt like he could bring a lot of like character, because I feel like for all of these movies you kind of need character actors who can really go into it. And so especially since in Pinocchio, Honest John is not a human being, you needed someone who was going to bring some sort of oddball physicality to a human character, being changed to a human from what was he, a cat? A fox? A fox. Gideon was a cat?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And so I went with Donald Glover. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Spencer, who do you have for Honest John?
I kind of figured that this was going to be another CGI character, because I was thinking of Honest John like they were. I am horrified by the idea now after having thought of cats. But
he'd have clothes on though.
I hope so. I really hope so. My idea was Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
He has done so many of these like pseudo-villain characters for Disney. Like he was King Candy and the Duke of Weselton. I really he also like if you've seen Dodgeball, he's really good with like the physical acting too.
Yeah.
I would enjoy seeing him like put together like the devious, like cunning thinking kind of thing that he does with all these villains, with like the physicality that he doesn't have a lot of chances to express with Disney films because he's always an animated voice.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, like even if this is gonna be like CG, they can do motion capture, which would at least give him the ability to portray and act it out. Yeah, I like that. My Honest John, I really, you know how I am. I start like looking at different like characters, and I'm like, okay, this is a duo. I need a duo.
Yeah.
Because it's a duo, it needs to work. So I picked Simon Pegg.
I see where this is going.
Yeah. I picked Simon Pegg. This is the other cool thing about fan casting. Highly doubt Disney's ever gonna approach him to do a Disney movie, but it's a fan casting. I think he would do great. Jilly, who do you have for Gideon?
For Gideon, I needed someone who was going to, because if you're keeping him mute, or her mute, because I went with a gender bent casting, needed someone who was going to be able to be entertaining without speaking. And we talked about her earlier, Awkwafina.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just because, again, like I wanted a slightly darker version of Pinocchio, and so I can just like see these characters, like almost like the scene where they're talking to the coachman, like in a dark, like pub, just like a dirty pub, and just like acting out that scene. But yeah, I think Awkwafina could be a good like mute. She's probably mute for some weird reason, like a dark reason. She got her tongue ripped out. But anyway, I went with Awkwafina.
Nice. Spencer, who do you have for your Gideon?
I had to find another good physical comedy actor for this, and this was my original Honest John, because it was the first person I came up with who was like a really great physical actor. I chose Bill Hader as my Gideon.
Nice.
Bill Hader really, like, if you watch anything he's in, especially with Saturday Night Live, he just knows how to spaz around and make it hilarious.
Yeah.
And he really knows how to use his face as well to be expressive. I really think that Bill Hader would make Gideon an excellent comic relief. Even if we did like the dark version of the film, he would still be like good comic relief, I think.
Yeah.
For the rest of the movie.
I feel you, yeah. Definitely. And
For you, is it Simon Pegg?
well, no.
Is it Nick Frost?
It is. It's Nick Frost. Like people said, Nick Frost is my choice. Because it's a duo. Now, I will say, because people in chat mentioned my first choice.
They were your first choice?
No, they weren't.
Oh.
My first choice was Penn and Teller.
Oh, that's what I meant. Like,
yeah. The people in chat. My first choice was Penn and Teller. I was like, come on. But thinking about it, I was like, I always try to think, like, obviously, like, it's a fan cast. But at the same time, I try to, like, be like, would they really do this? I don't think Penn and Teller would really do this kind of thing. Like Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, like, yeah, like maybe, you know, if they're approached and they don't have anything to do, like, you know, kind of thing. But Penn and Teller, But
they got John Oliver to do Zazu. Like, I think that Disney can convince anybody.
you got a point.
Voice acting recently. They were in Borderlands 3 as one of the bosses along the way. Like, there was an entire like section of the game devoted to fighting pain and terror.
Oh my gosh.
It was really cool. Like, they do it.
That is so cool. Dang. Now I feel like I want to change my casting. But they were my first choice. And it's so weird how, like I said, like Neil Patrick Harris like came to mind after or during me watching Magic Camp. But like I'm so into magic, and I think about it often and look things up, that Penn and Teller's just always in my mind, kind of thing. Because I watched their show Fool Us, which is a great show.
I watched that show.
Yeah, such a great show. But yeah, like just the duo, the dynamic that Penn and Teller have, I was like, yeah, that's basically them. But I went with these people, which I think would be fun. I think I think that'll be fun.
That'd be good. I'd watch that movie.
Say it again.
I said I'd watch that movie.
Right?
That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
Jilly.
Yes.
Stromboli.
Stromboli. Of course, I went with the one, the only, Mr. Al Pacino.
That was my first idea. I like that.
Especially since, like, I watched him recently in Hunters, and I'm like, ooh, he's old. He got
Right?
old.
He
When
got
did
old.
Al Pacino get so old? But also, I wanted, like, you think Stromboli, obviously, you think a very Italian man, and you know, Pacino's there.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
such a good one.
think, yeah. So that's what I went with.
I like it. Spencer, who do you get for Stromboli?
Italian was not my first thought when I was going for Stromboli. I was looking for a guy who knows how to play evil but also good, like at the same time. He can really play that line.
That's what I thought
So
too.
I went with John Lithgow
Yeah.
for Stromboli. I definitely think that we've seen him like as Lord Farquaad. You can see him also kind of goofing around in things like Third Rock from the Sun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has this range where he knows he can play both, like he's trying to pretend to be the good guy, but he's also like this horrible evil person at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
I really would love to see John Lithgow like screaming at Ian Armitage. You know, I think that'd be I'd watch that movie.
Right? Yeah, that's good. That's good. I went the same, I thought the same route as you, like evil and good at the same kind of thing. So I went with Alfred Molina.
Ooh.
I love Alfred Molina, and I think, you get him in the getup, I think he could do a good job. I think so.
That's a good choice. I
Yeah?
like Alfred Molina too.
I like him.
I will have to say it's too bad that James Gandolfini is dead, because he probably would have been my first choice for Stromboli.
Yeah. That's a good one.
If no one's seen the movie enough already with James Gandolfini and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, you gotta watch it. That's all.
There we go.
But he's dead. So
But yeah. That doesn't stop us, though. You could have. We had Michael Jackson as one of our. No, it wasn't Michael Jackson. It was Prince.
Oh
as,
yeah, I had Prince as
Dr. Facilier.
Facilier.
Yeah,
Still a great
That's right.
option.
it is. It's still a great option. Jilly, tell us what your coachman. Who
My
your coachman
coachman,
is.
weirdly enough, Ben said David Tennant. I'm going a few doctors ahead, and I'm going with Peter Capaldi. I just needed someone who had I literally looked up Cockney accents.
Okay.
And far too many Dick Van Dyke options dropped. I'm like, that's not what I mean. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking actual people. But yeah, I mean, I love Peter Capaldi. I wish he was in more stuff. He's not my favorite doctor, but he's definitely been in things where I'm like, I like you, dude. And I think he could pull off this very he's kind of you look at him and you're like, he's scary.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I see that.
Matt Smith is the best doctor.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Uh-oh.
I usually don't fight with
have
people that who's the
unpopular
best
opinion.
doctor. I fight with people who's the best
Companion?
companion. Thank you. Sidekick was in my head. I'm like, that's not the word I want. Companion.
Can we just all agree that Martha sucks?
Ooh, he's throwing that out there. I'm not gonna say anything.
So Spencer, who's your coachman?
I think I could say even something more controversial, but I'm not gonna say it.
You already said your coachman.
Martha's your
I can't
favorite,
skip
isn't
that
she?
much.
Okay, so I am going with the man that we are all sick of more than James Corden, but he's a great character actor nonetheless, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp can do anything. And he is there's like an obligation in the universe. There's like an obligation in the universe where Johnny Depp has to be in a Disney movie like every few years or he dies. So,
it's so true.
So we'll put him in Pinocchio.
That's so funny.
Okay, my controversial opinion, by the way, is Rose is the worst companion. Yeah, I said it. Ugh. Continue.
How dare you?
So,
what is wrong with you?
My coachman, I just looked at the coachman and I was like, hey, that guy, live action version of this guy is John Goodman.
Okay, that was also my first choice. Like, I looked at it at first and I was like, maybe John Goodman? And then I was like, no, that's too on the nose.
Right? That was my thing, that it got to the point that I was just like, I have no idea. I was like, let's go to John Goodman, because, hey.
I think John Goodman's always the answer.
Right?
There's a couple people that you're like, sure. Tom Hanks, one of them. John Goodman, another one.
You know, hey, why not?
Tom Hanks can do anything. I will let Tom Hanks do anything in any movie ever.
Right? It's just like, hey, yeah, sure.
Yeah, Tom Hanks. I'll watch that.
So, Jilly, last one. Who's your lampwick?
My lampwick, I actually made two people.
Oh!
I'm making them, obviously they're going to have to be two different names. But,
yeah.
Cameron
Lamp
and Nicholas.
And Wick.
Lamp and Wick. Oh, yes!
Lamp and Wick
are going to be Cameron and Nicholas Corvetti from Big Little Lies. I have such issues casting children because I just don't know many.
Yeah.
As do I in real life. Just not something I dabble with.
Wait till you get to my
around. But I looked up, I was like, who are some child actors I know
just
that could play kind of like not great people?
Yeah, yeah.
I was telling Wolf earlier, I was like, I just feel like a lot of child actors nowadays are playing like characters where they're like very like soft-spoken and kind, and like especially boys, like they have this whole like I feel like when I was a kid, boys were like, not to be rude, they were stupid. You know what I mean?
I get you.
And now like they're portraying like young boys as like so wise beyond their years. And I was like, when I was 8, there was no boy that I knew personally at 8 years old that was like just such a kind-hearted person. And like, just, that's not an 8-year-old little boy. And just to bring it back, girls at 8 years old were also stupid. Not to say it was just boys, but you're a child, you don't have this like...
Yeah.
You do stupid stuff. Yeah, you say stupid things, you do stupid things. Because
I
you're a
get
kid.
you. Yeah. I totally get you. Spencer, who's your lampwick?
Originally, I couldn't cast anyone as my lampwick because I didn't have time to ask Nick who the great child actors are right now. But I have decided that my lampwick will be Jilly Height.
Would it be who?
Jilly, you're lampwick now.
Oh, Jilly, there we go. Lampwick.
Oh my god, that was such a deep cut to Nick though.
Lampwick right there. Oh my gosh.
Okay, Nick, if you're watching, I do these things because everyone else does.
Nick doesn't watch the show. Oh gosh.
Oh my god.
Well, let me do my lampwick, because
So the problem is I couldn't I legit in all seriousness, I could not figure out who to cast for this role. It was so I'm with Jilly. I was trying to look up child actors that would be able to fit this role.
Yeah.
And I didn't know any of them, and I didn't have time to look into all of the things that they've done because they all look like these clean-cut kids.
Yep.
And none of these kids look like they're hiding something.
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
had the entire range of all child actors ever.
Yeah.
Then maybe.
No,
but
I totally.
None of the ones they have now.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out any of them.
No, I totally get you. Which is why I gender bent the role, and I went with McKenna Grace as my Lampwick.
Oh my god, I thought of this. I'm not even lying. This was something in the back of my mind.
I was like, I love her. She's so fun, but at the same time, she plays very, very nice.
Yeah.
But there's some roles that she plays very nice, but you can tell.
Yeah.
And sometimes she kind of like stabs a little bit. And it's like, ooh, she can do it. She can definitely do it. So I went with McKenna Grace for that. But yeah, so let's show everyone Jilly's full cast.
Look at them.
Look at that.
Look at them. Oh my god. Mark Hamill and Al Pacino are so old.
Yeah, they are. Oh my god.
Oh, what happened?
Spence's cast.
Out of all of those people, Awkwafina is definitely the happiest. She's
definitely.
so happy to be here.
Even Pinocchio's kind of like, meh, this is a dark movie.
Done. Yeah.
Let's see Spencer's full cast. There it is.
Just imagine that Jilly's picture is down there in the corner.
and then here's my full cast.
Beautiful.
But yeah, guys, that was fun. I really enjoyed that.
Wait, who did you choose for Lampwick again? I'm sorry.
McKenna Grace.
McKenna Grace.
McKenna Grace. Where have I seen her before?
She was in I, Tonya.
Yep, she's
Gifted.
in.
I think she was in Young Sheldon too. That's
Oh,
why,
yes,
because that's
she's
what
in
I was
Young
watching
Sheldon
the other day.
Chilling
Yep.
Adventures of
She's the
Sabrina.
smart girl in Young Sheldon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time, right?
Yeah, she's been in Once Upon a Time as well.
Once Upon a Time.
She was in a couple episodes of Fuller House. She's going to be in Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Is that the one with the kid from Stranger Things?
Yes.
That looks good.
Yeah. Can't wait for that movie. That movie got pushed back till next year. But yeah. So that's our fan cast for live action Pinocchio. Let us know down below if you guys are watching this a little bit later. Let us know down below what your choices are for live action Pinocchio. Let us know what you guys thought about our cast as well. And make sure to follow us on Geekly Kingdom. You can follow us on Instagram as well as on Facebook. Sorry we don't have a Twitter. We're never going to have a Twitter. Just not interested.
Probably for the best.
We don't tweet. But yeah, we'll be doing that. I can't wait for next show, guys. I'm really excited for next show. I'm really excited for the special guests that hopefully I haven't officially spoken to one of them yet, but hopefully he'll be on. He'll be down to be on the show. Cause I love magic. And I actually watched Magic Camp. Wasn't expecting it. I didn't have high hopes, but I enjoyed it. I really did. And as a magician and as someone that's really into magic, there was things in there that were fun. And we'll talk all about that next show. I got some homework for you guys. If you guys want to watch Magic Camp so we can talk about it together. Watch Now You See It as well, which is a Disney Channel original movie. We're going to be talking about that. Watch Presto from Pixar. And Magician Mickey. We're also going to be talking about those films on next show. The next show. Yes, Jilly's writing all this down.
No, not.
No,
My pen broke.
But I want to thank you guys for coming on. Thank you so much, Jilly. Hey, there we go.
Magician Mickey.
Are you writing that on your arm?
Yeah, can't you see? It's right here.
So she doesn't forget it. Thank you, Spencer, for coming on today. Thank you, Ben,
nice to be here.
for being our man in the chair.
Thank you.
And of course, thank you all for watching. And we'll see you guys next time. You guys have a good week. 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.